Hey guys! Today I'm going to be doing the Haikyu book tag. This is a tag I created myself. I'm not sure if there's actually another Haikyu book tag. As far as my searching has come up, there isn't. There's the anime book tag, which I have already done, and there's like several others that like include Haikyu in their tag, but there's none that's like specifically for Haikyu. And for those of you who don't know what Haikyu is, I'm not talking about the poetry structure Haikyu. I'm talking about like the anime Haikyu or manga, whichever one you prefer. But before we get started, I do want to apologize to you guys. The first week after the new Pokemon game came out, I was really in video game heaven, both with that game and Minecraft. But the last 2 weeks, I just haven't been in a good headspace, and the more I haven't filmed, the guiltier I feel about that. So even though right now I am still dealing with a lot of anxiety and a little bit of depression, it was worse that I wasn't filming at least something. So I kind of just like said, I just have to like take a day and like do all of the things, make myself stay as busy as possible. So if I look tired, that's because I got up at 7 o'clock this morning and I really haven't sat down since. I've just been keeping my mind and body as busy as possible. And it's honestly a good thing that I've done that, because I'm already feeling a little bit better and I don't think I would actually sit down to film otherwise. So let's just jump right into this. And of course, apologies if I mispronounce anything. You know me, that's bound to happen. Number 1, we have Yukigaka, and I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, but that's Hinata's middle school. A middle grade book with a red-haired main character. Now, this doesn't mean it has to be like the main character, but it has to be like someone who's very prominent in the story. I wanted to go with Loki's Wolves for this, but I couldn't remember whether the main character of that was like a light brunette or was actually red-haired, so I didn't feel like I could go with that. And I don't read a whole lot of middle grade. This was more or less just a prompt because it fits so well, and I know there's a lot of people that can like answer this like right off the bat without defaulting to Harry Potter like I'm doing now. But yeah, Rana has red hair, he is technically a main character, and this is a middle grade. So moving on to Kitagwa Daiichi. Kitagwa Daiichi. I think I said it right the second time. But a standalone middle grade novel. And those of you who have read the Haikyu series will know why it's standalone. But Keepers of the Labyrinth by Aaron E. Moulton. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. I'm very bad with names. But I haven't read this book yet, but it's gave me real Maze Runner vibes, so that's kind of why I picked it up. But I also think this is like a mythology, going off the fact that it says labyrinth. I mean, a lot of other books use the word labyrinth without, you know, meaning the minotaur in the labyrinth, but I think this goes based off that. It's been a while since I picked up this book, so I'm not like 100% sure on what it entails. Number 3 is Johzenji. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it up on the screen. If I remember, I'm actually gonna put all of the questions with the school names on the screen so that you guys can hopefully try to pronounce it. I mean, they'll be on the screen and they'll be in the description box below, but I'm just having them on the screen so you guys know what I'm talking about. But I have actually gone through like at least a dozen different prompts for this question before I finally settled on, last minute, a book that takes things from other books but doesn't do it near as well. And for this, I'm thinking like plots, plot twist, background. Background can be like character background or actual like scenery background. You know, this is like an everything kind of deal. Like they can take anything from another book besides character names, because I don't feel like you can like really claim a character name unless it's like something that you literally created. And this isn't a bad thing. I mean, I'm going with Divergent by Veronica Roth for this one, and I like Divergent. I didn't care for the last 2 books, especially Allegiant. That was a hot trash book that shouldn't have been published, but you can fight me on that too, because seriously, that book is just an info dumping mess. that should have been either rewritten or at least edited, like thoroughly edited. Point is, this isn't a bad thing. Like I said, I like Divergent. It's more or less, you can't not have a book that's taken something from another book. Like Divergent, for example, whenever I read it, I see aspects of the Hunger Games, I see aspects of Harry Potter and the factions, and it's hard for a book to be completely itself. I mean, you have Harry Potter, yes, that is like 100% itself. Well, not 100%, but the majority of it is, you know, Harry Potter. I mean, when you read it, you don't see aspects from other books because the book was written so long ago. I mean, the older the book is, the less likely it's taken something from another book, because a lot of books around that time didn't have magical wizards, for example, that went to a wizarding school that had his parents murdered by a dark wizard. And it's like you're not going to see that in many other books or book series, at least back in that time. Nowadays, it's, you know, in the last 10 years, it's hard to find a book that's not taken something from another book. So even though this prompt, you know, it makes it sound bad, it's really not. It's just the fact, the main reason I chose Divergent, even though I like this book, is because yes, there are aspects from other books that it's taken, but the first book did it all right. It's just the second two books that just plummeted it into obscurity, and I wish they had been better. I really do. Next up, number 4 is Daitech or Daiteko, whichever one you want to say, but this is a Booker series told in multiple point of views. I did have this set at 3 perspectives, like no more, no less, but that was so incredibly hard to find a book for. I was like, I found a book for it, Loki's Wolves, but at the same time I was like, there's no way people are gonna like take the 30 minutes that I did to just go through all of their books to see which book has a perspective of only 3 characters. And I was like, that is ridiculous. I gotta make this easier. So we're just going multiple POVs. So I chose Illuminae because this is told from, well, all the books are told from the main female character's point of view, the main male character's point of view, the guy who narrates the film or the video transcripts, and then you have, actually, I don't know if it's told in Aiden's point of view or not. But that's at least 3 right there. And, I mean, I really want to reread these books. Not because I actually need to, because I need to know all the details, but because I love these books so much, and the audiobooks are fantastic, and I need them in my life. Number 5, we have Shiratorizawa, and I'm 100% sure I said that wrong. But, let's see, a book that deserved the hype it got. And I specifically put on here that it couldn't be Harry Potter because there were so many other books that could be on this list. I personally went with Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I know there's a lot of people that did not care for this book. A lot of people, I read a lot of reviews on Goodreads, so a lot of people don't like this book. But I, for one, think that, well, let's put this out here. I did not read this book when all the hype was around it and everything. I don't even know when this book was like necessarily published. Let's see, 2011. So I'm not even sure how much hype this book got, but whatever hype it got, I'm sure it deserved, and it probably deserved even more. The main problem I had with this question is the fact that I don't really read books like as soon as they come out. Rick Riordan, of course, is like one of the main exceptions for that, but I don't like follow a lot of books, so I don't know like the hype around them to begin with. So it was kind of hard to choose a book for this section, but I thought it fit their volleyball team so well that I couldn't change it. Also, I'm sorry for all this yelling in the background. I can't do anything about it. I just hope you don't hear it as well as I do. Number 6 is Fukurodani. I am saying all these wrong. Your most anticipated books of the new year, and try to keep it to only 3. I myself only have one book that I can't wait for, and that is The Tower of Nero by Rick Riordan. That is the last book in the Trials of Apollo series, the last book that Rick Riordan is going to be giving us, and I am a little bit bitter about it, but I am very, very excited for the last book, and I can't wait to see how all this wraps up. I don't really stay up to date on like book releases, like when they're planned. I know when all the volumes of Haikyu are coming out because I'm like obsessed with that manga series, but like unless it's like a series like Harry Potter or Percy Jackson, like I'm like really into, I'm not gonna like keep up the release date. When it comes out, it comes out. That's probably the reason why I don't know the hype around books when they happen, because I pretty much stay out of that. I stay in my own bubble. I need to get out of my bubble because it's causing me a lot of problems. Number 7, Aobo Johsai, a beloved series that recently finished, specifically like in the last year. Also, any Haikyu fans out there will know that this is kind of a brutal prompt for this specific team. But I had to go with Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff because this just... this is the last book. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I haven't read this yet because I don't want the series to end. So, it's on the top of my TBR. But it's gonna be like the last book that I get to on that list because I don't want the series to end. Number 8, my second favorite team, Nekoma. A book or series that includes a cat, either on the cover or in the story itself. And I got the best of both worlds because I have Catwoman Soul Stealer by Sarah J. Maas. Whatever. This is the first Sarah J. Maas book I actually have read, and I will go more about it in my wrap-up because I literally just finished this book a couple days ago. Actually, I think my favorite book of the DC Comics, and it has a cat on the cover, and it does include cats. There are stray cats that appear in this book at least 2 or 3 times. And finally, number 9, Karasuno, a book where you wanted the main character to be gay. Obviously, Haikyu, I wanted every character in this book to be gay, let's be honest. Same with Prince of Tennis. Every character wanted to be gay. This one though, this one I read like when I was a lot younger, and the main reason I wanted the main character to be gay in this one is because I hated the female love interest. Still hate her to this day actually, so I'm okay with saying that I wanted everyone to be gay in this. I also wanted the main characters, the Seraph at the end, to be gay, but I think that's actually the direction it may be going in. I haven't read past volume 5, so I don't really know, but it's leading to that, so I couldn't really put it here because I don't really know. And then we have Harry Potter, where I wanted Harry to be gay for Draco. So we all know that fanfiction is a thing, and that's how I'm getting my addiction for this. Yeah, that is it for the Haikyu book tag. I'm not going to tag anyone specifically because this is like an anime fan-made tag, and I just did it because I love Haikyu. If you guys want to do this tag, feel more than willing, and if you do it, let me know in the comments below. You can either leave a link to your video or just let me know, and I will go to your channel and watch it. But that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!